Hello everyone, welcome you all to another lesson. So here we will continue with class number 34. Okay, we have covered 495 number of questions in your previous lessons. So here we will continue with question number 496. Okay, and this question says prohibition aims at reducing traffic accidents, many of which is caused by drunkenness. Now figure out where exactly error lies in this question. Yes. Alright, see here error lies in part number 3. Instead of is, we will use are here, plural form, because here as you can see antecedent the pronoun many shows plural form, and it always takes you know plural subject. Okay, so similarly pronouns like few, okay, many, several, both, okay, few, many, several, both, and we can say all, okay, all, some, etc. These pronouns always take plural form. Okay, plural form. Question number 497. Across the world, discussions on curing cancer are any longer just wishful thinking. Just mark your answer here. Alright, see here error lies in part number 2. Okay, so we will use are no longer, not any longer. No longer. We will use no longer instead of any longer. Okay, so uh, our sentence will be across the world, discussions on curing cancer are no longer just wishful thinking, because it is now implemented successfully, right? So no longer can be used in this sentence here. Any longer is used only in the end of a sentence, but here as we are using this in the middle of a sentence, so we will use no longer. Okay, so find out your answer here. I and he have prepared the lesson thoroughly. Just mark your answer. Alright, see here error lies in part number 1. Okay, I and he have prepared the lesson thoroughly. First, find out whether the sentence is negative or a positive sentence. So it's no doubt a positive sentence. So for positive sentence, we have a rule for pronouns to place the pronouns accordingly. Uh, for positive cases, we will use 2, 3, and 1 rule. Okay, and for negative, and for negative, for negative sense, we will use 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3 rule. So as per 2 3 or 2 3 1 rule in pronouns, okay, for positive sentences we will place second person first, then third person, and then first person. So as per this rule, see, I is first person and he is third person, so he should be come first. Okay, we will use he. After he we will use what? I. He and I. He and I would be our answer here. The vacancy was filled by a young scholar who had an extensible knowledge of ancient art. Now figure out where exactly error lies in this question. Alright, see here error lies in part number 3. Okay, here as you can see this word extensible. Okay, who had an extensible knowledge. It's not extensible knowledge. Actually, extensible is adjective. Okay, extensible. See, there is a difference here. Extensible, extensible. It is adjective, which actually means what? Capable of, capable of being extended. Okay, capable of being extended. There is extensible, but here we will use extended. Okay, instead of extensible, we will use sorry, we will use here what extensive. Okay, extensive will use the same adjective form, but its meaning is quite different. So here we will use extensive, extensive. Okay, extensive. Extensive shows what? Thorough, or having wide range of information, thorough knowledge, extensive knowledge. Okay, thorough. So as per this correction, our sentence will be, uh, you know, the vacancy was filled by a young scholar who had an extensive knowledge of ancient art. Okay, not extensible. This novel of Selden is more interesting than any other novel. Now figure out where exactly error lies in this question. Alright, see, here there is no error in this sentence. This is absolutely error free. An eminent surgeon is visiting the hospital to attend a surgeon's conference. Now figure out where exactly error lies. Alright, so error lies in part number 1. Okay, so here the spelling of eminent is actually wrong. Okay, it should be eminent, eminent. Okay, eminent, which means famous and respected, famous, who have significant value. Okay, famous personalities, there we will use eminent. Yeah, so we found error in part number 1. Most countries in the world is for peace. So find out where is the error in this sentence. Alright, see, here error lies in part number 2 actually. Okay, how? See, instead of is we will use are here, because see here, um, most countries, this is actually plural, right? This is plural form, subject is plural, so no doubt it will take plural form. Okay, plural verb form, so we will use are here, right? So most countries in the world are for peace. Okay, not is. Then our office buys 5 kilograms of paper every month. Okay, just figure out your answer here. Alright, see here there is no error. Okay, this question is error free. Our office buys 5 kilograms of paper every month. We can use buys, right? Simple present, and every month shows it's okay. This sentence is in simple present tense. Many a man have realized that real happiness lies in making sacrifices. Just mark your answer here. Yes, absolutely. This question is the most repeated question in SSC. You have marked it correctly. See, instead of have, we will use singular verb form has here. Alright, because many a actually takes singular verb form. Okay, and don't get confused saying many a. It looks like plural, but it is actually singular. So with every, okay, many a, etc., we will use singular verb form. One of the most important factors that contribute to the success of a person is his sincerity. Okay, yes, just mark your answer here. You can give it a pause. All right, see here error lies in part number 1. Okay, instead of factor we will use factors. Okay, factors, because always remember one of. Okay, here as you can see, one of, which is placed in the beginning of the sentence. All right, and one of is always followed by a plural noun or pronoun. Okay, this is a most important rule here. One of is always followed by any plural noun or pronoun, whatever it might be. But one of will follow plural form. Okay, always keep this in mind. A technical view of new gadgets sometimes differ from an economic perspective. Now find out your answer here. Alright, see here, error lies in part number 2. Okay, can you say where is it? Yes, it is in differ. Okay, instead of differ we will use differs. Differs, differs. Because see, a technical view in the subject. Okay, technical view actually our subject here, right? And this is singular. Technical view subject, and this is singular. So for singular verb, subject, we will use singular verb form. So differs is actually, singular verb form. So singular verb form actually agrees s or es with it. Okay, if the subject is third person singular or singular number, right? So for that reason we are using differs. So our sentence will be, a technical view of new gadgets sometimes differs from an economic perspective. Alright. Books fair encourage reading habit. Now mark your answer in this question. Alright. So here again error lies in part number 1. Okay. Books fair. This is wrong actually. Okay. Instead of books fair we will use book fairs. Okay. Book fairs. Fairs will be plural, not books. Okay. So book fairs is the actually appropriate uses here. Each of the girls are clever. So figure out your answer here. Yes, you marked it correctly. See, error lies in part number 2 here. We will use singular verb form easier. Instead of are, we will use easier. Each of the girls. See, here we are using each of. Okay. So for each of, we will use singular verb form. Okay. Always keep this in mind. Each of agrees with singular verb form. Okay, we need to surround ourselves with caring people, particular loved ones who bring hope and support to our hearts and minds, and with whom we can communicate. Okay, so this sentence looks little lengthy. Just give it a pause and mark your own answer. All right, take your time. See, here error lies in part number 2. Okay, see, here we are using particular. Particular is absolutely wrong. Instead of particular, we will use adverb here. Okay, particularly. P-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-R-L-Y. Particularly. Right. So we will use adverb here. So this is our last question. UNICEF is an international organization. Just mark your answer here. Alright, see here error lies in part number 1. Okay, so before UNICEF we will use the UNICEF. Okay, the UNICEF, because we will use definite article the before any kind of organization, any committee, any party. Okay, so for that reason we used the UNICEF. Okay, the UNICEF, the United Nations, or like that. So the will be used here because UNICEF is an organization. Okay, is an organization. See, UNICEF actually means, it actually stands for United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Okay, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Emergency Fund. Okay, so you just remember this full form also. It is important for GS point of view. Okay, and its headquarters is in New York. It is in New York. Okay, so yeah, and headquarters is in New York, and it was actually found in um, I guess so sorry, actually I can't remember it, but I'm sure of this, like it actually has 192 countries and union territories, I say. Yes, 192 countries and territories. Okay, so see, always remember this one: United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Okay, and its headquarters is in New York. These two things actually, we can say these are two most crucial things for GS. Well, that was it for today's lesson, guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe watch, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever we upload a new video. Keep learning and see you in our next tutorials. Till then, you take care.